That's hit the button.
I'll try it again. We'll call our January meeting to order. The notice of this meeting was posted on January 9th, 2026. The point that I'm reading says properly. I'd like to just make one real quick comment. Trustee Buck's name was left off the agenda, therefore he's not attending today, but he is still a member of the trust, and we will see that that doesn't happen in the future. If I could call on Trustee Holly to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Citizen participation. First on the list, and we're going to take these in the order that they were received, is Michael Washington.
Oh, God, first? My goodness, this is a wonderful occasion. First, not last. God said the last should be made first and the first should be made last. Isn't that an interesting topic today? Now, I want to come to you all today. We want to talk about a subject, standing together for the safety of our cities. Dear City Council, Mayors, County Commissioners, I'm writing this letter to you as a concerned community activist, founder of Oklahoma Coalition Against People Abuse, where our motto is change your world and your world will change around you. We are a local jail and prison advocacy group believing that every person deserves to live without fear, harassment, or unjust detention. The presence of the Immigration Customs Enforcement, ICE, BICE, whatever you want to call them, in our cities undermines trust between residents and local institutions. Families are torn apart and vital community relationships are fractured. On January 7, 2026, a domestic terrorist act was committed against Renee Coldgood, 37, a mother of a dear 6-year-old who was ruthlessly gunned down by an ICE agent in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Miss Good wasn't fleeing the scene because she had committed a crime. Oh, no, sirree. She was simply seeking safety from ICE, who had sought to illegally detain her when she was killed, like any other normal person would have done. This is not the vision of safety or justice that our city should uphold. I am therefore encouraging each and every one of you in this body and others within the sound and outside the sound of my voice. I urge you to do what? Number one, end all local cooperation with ICE, including data sharing and joint operations. Invest in community-based safety programs, legal aid, and immigration support services. Publicly affirm city commitment to being a safe and welcoming place for all residents, not some. Our strength lies in our solidarity. Let us choose compassion over fear and justice over cruelty. Together we can create cities where everyone can feel that they belong. I've got 38 seconds and I can return to the audience out here. We all know about this tragedy with this young woman simply fleeing because this ruthless gang of outfits sought to detain her just so weak. But let me tell y'all one thing, God sees all. Nothing gets past him. Nothing comes to the city. But brother being now returning back to my host up front, I just want y'all to know that we stand together in solidarity against this ruthless band of crooks, criminals, who hide their face like gangsters, don't want you to see their face because they're criminals. Well, I tell you, I shall end here, but thank y'all very much. My time here is ended. Thank y'all. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Mr. Washington. Mr. Falk.
So I'm going to speak really briefly to two issues today. One, obviously, is ICE officers in our county jail. We all know, and I think the public knows, that in 2020, this body, and I don't think any of you were here at that time because we've had so much turnover, this body voted to kick ICE out of the county jail. It was a 4-2 vote. It was reported in the papers. And then later that night or the next day, the attorney came out and said, no, I'm sorry, because you didn't have a 5-person majority of the entire body, that 4-2 vote did not count. So ICE remained here. The next month, there was another vote. It was also 4-2, 2 people abstained. So twice, this body voted to remove ICE from the jail. How many people would have not been unjustly and without due process taken from that jail and deported had they not followed their own recommendation, your own recommendation, almost 6 years ago? It is beyond time to do that. Oklahoma has the 4th highest number of people arrested for immigration or by immigration and ICE in the entire country based on our population. The county jails and the local jails are over half of those arrests and detainees. Based on what has happened in America and what is happening in America, I'm sure right now as we speak, we do not need to feed into the violence of ICE. We do not need to feed into the incredible scare tactics that are being used across America right now. We do not need to have our own residents live in fear every single day, just if they have to go to a grocery store or even if they're in their own homes. We need them kicked out. They do not need to be helped anymore. Clearly, they are doing enough damage without us. The second thing I want to address is that it's been brought to my attention that Commissioner Lowe will ask the trust to dissolve itself. While I would love to see that, and if any of those who know us know that that's what we have begged, pleaded, asked, and cried for the last 5 years. That's what a grand jury decided needed to happen. That's what Joe Albaugh, one of your chairs when he resigned, said should happen. What I want to know is this: 60 deaths later, how many lives would have been saved had we admitted that this is a failed experiment? And here we are 6 years later, and the only reason I believe we're doing it is because they want a tax pushed through, and they're grasping at anything to talk us into giving them more money. So this is about money over lives, and it's been that way for 6 years, and we are tired of it. We want you to represent the people of Oklahoma County over the moneyed interests that control most of the people in our government.
Thank you. Christopher Johnston, pardon me.
I agree. Hello? Sorry. I agree with what Mr. Lowe said. I think he said it a couple of months ago at a BOCC meeting. It's time to hand it over to the sheriff's office. Mr. Sheriff, I respect you, tremendously respect you. I know you don't want it, but what's right is what's right. We don't get to choose the right thing. We have to stand up to the occasion. It's time to take charge. Have we... one question that I hope gets answered is what's the deal with Oklahoma City? They're still bringing in the overwhelming majority of folks in this jail and ain't paying their bills. And that is a failure. If it hasn't been solved, that's a failure on the trust's part, on the advocacy and being able to lock in those negotiations. So again, 11 failed inspections. I have no doubt we're going to fail our 12th one because there's been no real substantive change, the structural change to solve the overwhelming amount of issues that have nothing to do with the building. Site checks, rapes, breaking up of medication, letting in contraband, that is not brick and mortar, that is human beings, that is a failure of management. We have not passed an inspection since the sheriff's office was here. I'm going to keep saying that because that is the facts provided for by the state of Oklahoma. If you want to dispute them, file an appeal. We've provided realistic approaches. Myself and my colleagues have met various people from the jail trust, county commissioners, politicians. I'm going to curse right now, I'm honestly fucking tired of having pointless meetings because it's either you want to do something or you don't. It's either you want to bring in realistic change, substantive results, evidence-based things that we could do right now, or we wait and wait and wait and wait and wait. We see what waiting has done for us. Nothing. We need to take a stand against ICE. ICE was voted out twice. Somebody didn't want them out. They were voted out twice through the democratic process of the jail trust. We need to do something about that. Because I look at these numbers again, we're broke. I'm looking at the jail disproportionately of people of color, most of them coming from my neighborhood, Northeast Side area. That's not going to change. I just know where it's easy to poach people. And we throw them in a building that is unconstitutional, illegal, and yet we keep doing it. So I think it's time, guys. It's not that you're a failure as a person by letting this go. I've gotten to know some folks who are trustees or former trustees. They're good people, successful people even. This is a failure. It doesn't mean if you are a failure if you let this go. Let's take the advice of my commissioner. Let's hand this back over to the sheriff. Let's stop playing games.
Thank you. Melissa Gray?
Hi. Anybody who knows me knows I don't want to be up here talking to y'all, but I'm really concerned about the mental health observations that we have at the jail, and I asked questions last time, but y'all ignored me. I know you won't answer me now, but there's 311. What are those mental health observations? And we spent $40 million on the behavioral health jail. How many does it hold? 60? That's a failure. What are we going to do with the other people? I know they don't belong in here. I know that for personal, because my daughter has been fighting that system for 5 years since I've been coming here and watching y'all fail. She was put in there because she had a mental health episode. One time. One interaction with the police. She spent probably at least altogether a year in jail for a mental health episode. Are these people? Is that what they're doing in there? Waiting for mental health from like Hope or whatever picked nonprofit is allowed to go and take care of them? Because she had to wait months because Hope ran out of money, so they couldn't assess her to see if she needed a mental health inpatient bed. Doesn't that sound crazy? Could you imagine your kid needing mental health and instead being locked up in that jail? Can anybody? No? So my concerns are for the people that are still in there, and there's only 60 beds because you wanted that money so bad that you're willing to just throw everybody's lives away. My daughter is better now. She's like beautiful, intelligent, kind, caring. And she wouldn't have been that way if it was up to any of y'all.
Thank you. So agenda item number 1, we'll move on. Discussion and possible action to approve the minutes of our December 8th, 2025 meeting. We have a motion to approve.
Motion.
Have a motion and a second.
Second.
We have a second.
Push your button. Thank you.
Can we have a roll call, please?
Would it be acceptable if the chair of if the president of the Oklahoma City chapter of the NAACP could speak? He's a very valued member of the community. I think it would be very appropriate that someone as respected as he speak.
Any objection? That'd be fine.
Can we finish this?
Yeah, we need to finish our vote.
Now let me add.
We good?
I just need his name.
Thank you for this opportunity to come before you all this evening. I find it amazing.
Could you state your name for the record?
Garland Pruitt.
Thank you.
Thank you. NAACP President. Thank you for the opportunity to share a few words concerning the situation that we're dealing with right now. All of us here are concerned about our community. And after being concerned, we have to be active and engaged and involved in correcting and fixing and challenging the situation we find ourselves in. I touched base before I came in today with the Midwest City Police Department. Say, do y'all have an ICE department in Midwest City? No. Moore, do you have an ICE department in Moore? No. Edmond, do you have an ICE department in Edmond? No. I spoke with Mr. Green over Cleveland County. They do not have a ICE detention officer in there either. If all of these are boarding cities representing the Metroplex and all of these different cities, why are we here in Oklahoma City catering to something that we know that is objective to the masses? Not only are ICE overly aggressive, snatching folks out of cars, breaking windows, arresting, now all the way down to murder, we as common citizens with decent respect for human life need to be involved. All of our lives are in jeopardy when we tolerate, when we put up with, when we go along with, when we accept what we see, know, and experience. We're part of that problem. We're getting ready this coming Monday to celebrate a Martin Luther King parade and holiday. The theme of that particular parade is, we are better together. Better together. That's all of us citizens. The national theme for 2026 NAACP is, we see you. We see you. The reason behind all that is to let us know that we cannot continue to ignore the things that we see, know, and experiencing every day. We cannot. We must not. We should not. Not only of our lives are in jeopardy, but our neighbors, our kids, our grandkids are all on the line waiting and depending and leaning and calling on you all to make the decisions that makes life better for us, not worse. You hold that role. You have that title. You have that position. We're asking you to do the right thing. Dissolve ICE in the jailhouse and allow them to go through the proper procedure and channels to do what they have to do, since they're here and we got to deal with them. There's a process and a procedure for everything. Make them follow the one that most other cities around here and across the nation have followed. Thank you. Thank you.
Item 2, receive and accept and discuss the report from the jail administrator, Mr. Tim Kimmerer.
Good afternoon, everyone. Just an operational update from the jail. First slide here, we'll talk about our population. Currently got 1,451 inmates in the jail at this time. Our JNS, those that's been adjudicated to DOC, has dropped below triple digits, is at 97 right now. That's going to be the lowest it's been since May 1st and 2nd of 2024, which at that time they had 89. So we continue to trend downward, getting folks out of the jail that's been sentenced to DOC custody. Our average daily population, as you can see by the graph, is continuing to trend down also. We had 1,693 in September, down to 1,599 in October, down to around 1,500 in November, and now we're at 1,429 in December. So that decrease is 264 the average daily population. So we're pretty proud of those numbers. We currently have an academy that just started last week. We started with about 15 cadets. We're down to 13 at this time. Of course, that's an 8-week training cycle they have to go through, and then a 2-week on-the-job training. So again, because of the staffing, we want to get these young men and women through this and get them to work. Maintenance and information. Some of the things we've done on information, we did purchase some additional fencing, which is razor wire to put up around the jail. This should be completed on Friday the 9th. And some of our port modification to some of our cell doors, we've just about completed with that, and we should be wrapping that up by the end of this month. IT-wise, as you know, our IT infrastructure is starting to age quite a bit. So we're in the process of replacing a lot of our desktops and some of our other computers and some fiber upgrade throughout the facility. Jail Tracker, this hasn't changed from last month. It's pretty much the same as far as contract, service, and maintenance. We do look at various new vendors, future changes that offers a little bit more robust, a little bit more ability to track and watch our inmates as they're coming through the system. That has a little bit better AI, artificial intelligence attached to it that allows to do a little bit more. From a criminal investigation perspective, we had about 29 cases open for December, and we were able to close all 29 of those. One thing that our investigation division has really done a great job on is concentrating on cell searches, which we are now doing those not just once a week or 2 or 3 times a month, but we do those daily. Every day we're doing anywhere from 5 to 10 to 15 jail cell searches a day. When we first started this, we were getting contraband, some weapons and things like that. As time has gone on, our folks that are doing these cell searches are finding less and less and less. And as you'll notice when we get to our medical side, our overdoses has dropped by almost 100%, simply because we've been proactive, we've been going in and doing these cell searches. It's just an example of the diligence that some of our folks are doing in our receiving area. This is some contraband that was discovered. This is methamphetamine and marijuana. This was actually inside a person. We was able to catch this before it got into the main part of the jail. So appreciate those efforts by our receiving folks. Our medical division, as you know, 2 or 3 months ago, we were in dire need of assistance. That has been rectified. We've had 31 new staff that's been added. 17 of those have come from Total Medical. And the rest of those, 14 of those are just folks that we've hired directly through the authority. So that's an additional 31 folks that we've had attached to medical, and most of our medical issues and concerns have certainly dropped. The Narcan doses, as you can see, in December of 2024, a year ago, we had 20. In December 2025, we had 1. So we're also proud of those numbers. And you can see to the right some of the emergency send-outs that we've had. Now, we do have through NCIC, those are sick calls. We had 1,752 sick calls that come in, and we had 2,629 mental health encounters. That means that those inmates have either contacted their family members or contacted our staff directly and requested some type of intervention, which we provided. Our current population statistics, as you can see there, 46% black is the highest, 39%, almost 4% white. And we have Hispanic, Native American, Asian, Pacific, Middle Eastern, and some that's unidentified. Okay, our OCPD booking numbers, we had a total for December 1,210. Out of those 496, 442 were released in less than 10 hours. 52 had a greater than a 10-hour release time, obviously because of appearance for municipal court or some other type of hold. We have also implemented a new 12-hour target date, or target time to get folks that are coming in to get them out within 12 hours or less. Our top 5 arresting agencies for the jail, as you can see there, Oklahoma City Sheriff's Office, Edmond PD, Midwest City, and Dale City, respectively. Since the trust took over, this is an interesting statistic that we found. Since 2020, if you'll look at the very bottom, the red, in 2020 we had 13,581 for the year. We had 14,776 for 2025. That's the most we've ever had under the trust that's been brought to the jail. That's about 1,100 more than we had in 2024. And when you bring 1,100 extra people into the jail, that costs a lot more money. For current charges, murder and manslaughter, we have 139 folks that's over there for murder, 22 for manslaughter. Of those, 127 are male and 22 are female. And felonies that have been charged is 15, 16, and 951 for misdemeanors. Our top charges, first one's going to be possession of CDS. Firearm by felon is number 2, and possession of paraphernalia is number 3. Those are the top 3 charges that folks are brought in for. Our special housing classification, you can see there, protective custody, mental health, and those sentenced inmates. Next slide. In our transient population, those that self-identify as being homeless are listed there. So for December, we had 292. Like I said, that stated that they were homeless. And again, that information is based solely on the individual's voluntary disclosure at the time that they come into the jail and are booked. Resident welfare programs, it's going well. We've got GED testing that's coming up this month, so we're hoping to get some good results from the testing. And we have, I think we have currently 8 programs that's going on. We're looking at some other new programs, which includes Peace City, the Pathways, and Tasking. The Pathways is a high school diploma program that we're looking at. And with that, that is all that we have, pending any questions.
Trustee, questions, comments?
Yes, Mr. Chair, I have just a couple of comments. On the December bookings, where it shows that we have 52 had a greater than 10-hour release due to appearance before municipal court. Now, I mean, is that all 52? I mean, so if it is all 52, that means that you are getting these folks out, you dropping it from a 2.56 days all the way down to less than 10 hours. And this would be over the last 4 or 5 months.
That's correct.
Okay, I mean, wonderful, really.
Thank you.
Next
Staff's
month,
worked hard.
amen. Next month, could we see, I certainly am requesting it, you have the top arresting agencies.
Yes.
You have the demographic, men, women. I would like to see the demographics as it relates to race across the board. I really want to focus on those 3 municipalities, Edmond, Midwest City, Dale City. Because, again, black folks are more than 6.5 times more likely to be arrested in Edmond than our white counterparts. So, and this is, you don't have to answer this, but I have information that there's a running joke in the detention center about how many more black folks that Edmond arrests than white folks. Running joke. I know you don't need to answer it, but I just want to put it out there. So could you get that for us next month?
Yes, sir.
And I want to publicly say thank you. We had a young man who was detained for about 11 months, but probably over the last 60 days, he should have been in DLC. But it was not the detention center's fault. It was, over somewhere else it was a hold. But thank you for making sure that got lifted immediately, then got him to processing at Lexington. And that happened in about 24 hours once I called you.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Thank you. Any other comments? Could we have a motion to accept this report?
I'll move.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Jim Holman,
Yes.
Derek Stobie,
Yes.
Tommy Johnson,
Yes.
James Johnson,
Yes.
Ashley Robinson,
Yes.
Miles Davidson, Brad Holland.
Our item number 3 is to receive, accept, and discuss a report regarding income statements, financial reports, and the current budget for the OCC.
Good afternoon. Taking a look at the December financials, our total revenue in December was above budget by $12,502. A few of the notable variances, actual versus budgeted. State prisoner boarding was below budget by $11,468. That's due to decreased population, of course. Commissary revenue was above budget by $13,168. That's due to having 5 weeks in the month rather than 4. So that made that increase. And there was no revenue for municipalities boarding, so it was below budget by $100,000. Regarding the expenses, our total expenses for December were above budget by $343,488. Salaries, wages, and benefits were below budget by $196,665. Excuse me. Those funds were used for professional service other fees, which is the last item on that sheet. That's for safety checks from an outside vendor, as we've done that in previous months as well. Detainee prescriptions and off-site medical care was above budget by $132,677. Professional service medical fees were above budget by $55,065 due to contract medical staffing. And professional service other fees were above budget by $182,443. $205,266 was expended for those staffing safety checks that I spoke of earlier. So in summary, for the month of December, jail operations produced a net loss for the month of December, for $626,520. Any questions?
Questions?
Since our population was down in December, what is the reason you can for the variance of $132,000 for medical and offsite?
It really just depends on the inmates and what care they need. If we have someone that needs a lot of care, it varies month to month.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Anything else?
And was that increase, did that address the need for the other medical staff that we had from months previous?
The
increase in that expense,
let's see that.
in that medical expense?
Yes, that's just the off-site medical care.
Yes. Yes and no?
Yeah, I guess so.
Sure.
Prescriptions and off-site medical care, like I said, it varies month to month, but it could be due to, like I said,
They vary.
yes, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
That's
yes.
fine. Thank you.
But, follow-up question. Would it be possible to kind of get a breakdown in who's costing the most? I remember we had a presentation from the head of the nursing department about some of the medical conditions the homeless population comes in. It's pretty graphic.
Mhm.
I don't know if you can break that down. So when they're municipal charges and they're brought in there, and this is what you're having to deal with and what's costing. So I don't know if you can. I don't want to put a whole bunch of work on you, but it'd be
Oh.
nice to know that we have people coming who don't take care of themselves because they can't. Don't have the money, and they come in and it's put on the jail. So
Exactly. Yes, I'll see if we can have that for
Okay,
the
thank
next
you.
meeting. Anything else?
Thank you. Could I, well, the question, there was an entire story run in the Oklahoman a few days ago about Oklahoma County Jail could run out of money to operate in May, but nobody has said anything about it. So could you give us the Cliff Notes version of what was presented before to the budget board?
Yes, we stated like at the first of the fiscal year that we were going to be, given our appropriation, we would be in the hole, so to speak, $5.8 million due to the expenses that are necessary to carry out the functions of the jail. And that hasn't changed. Of course, our revenue is the same. We've had, pretty much a flat budget for going on 5-6 years now. But our expenses, of course, with inflation, those haven't gone down. So we are going to need supplemental funding.
Other questions, comments? Could we have a motion to accept this report?
Motion to accept.
And a second? We have a motion and a second?
second.
James already second.
Roll call, please.
Jim Holman,
Yes.
Derek Stobie,
Yes.
Tommy Johnson,
Yes.
James Johnson,
Yes.
Ashley Robinson.
Yes.
Miles Davidson,
Yes.
Brad Holly.
Yes.
Item number 4, discussion and possible action to approve invoices and claims that were listed in the December 8th, 2025. And these are available for inspection in the office at the jail. And I think all we need is a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Jim Holman,
Yes.
Derek Stobie.
Yes.
Tommy Johnson.
Yes.
James Johnson.
Yes.
Ashley Robinson.
Yes.
Miles Davidson.
Yes.
Brad Holly.
Yes.
Okay. I need some help on my screen. Oh, thank you. Item number 5, discussion and possible action to adopt the findings of MGT Consulting and use this to set the actual cost of the incarceration of Oklahoma County Detention Center for the purposes of judicial declaration as required by Hubbard versus state. This is the daily cost of the incarceration for municipal arrest, correct?
Yeah. Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. This is basically what we did. We took our the new data that we had for the last year. We took it and sent it to MGT, and just to make sure that we were being upfront and open and fair as far as Oklahoma City goes. We had them review our numbers. The numbers actually dropped somewhat. The first day the incarceration, the first daily rate is now 171.31 as opposed to the 196. And then the second day of incarceration actually went up just a little bit from 66 to 71.53 for the second and subsequent day, just in case that person is over that 24-hour period, which shouldn't be a whole lot. It's our recommendation based off of what MGT has supplied that we would go with these numbers going forward.
Thank you. Any questions? May I add one comment? Since I was involved with reaching out to MGT, that we, as this issue was coming to fruition, we discovered that the $192 figure for day one was almost 24 months old.
Correct.
And that's why we went and made the effort to bring our numbers currently. Even though it went down, it still, we felt like it was a fairer representation to the municipal, to Oklahoma City, and I believe that it helped us reach our fiduciary responsibility to the county.
Correct.
Thank you.
I have a comment also. Will there be some type of, and this may be a question better asked of Ms. Etherton. Will there be some type of language in that contract as it relates to the $71.53, the if? Because, you know, we're hearing it.
Yeah, for the second day, if that person, that's correct. Yes, there will be.
Okay.
Yeah, that's been discussed, yes.
Any other? If there's no further comment, could we have a motion to approve?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Toby. And we have a second.
Jim Holman,
Yes.
Derek Scobie, Tommy Johnson,
Yes.
James Johnson.
Yes.
Ashley Robinson.
Yes.
Miles Davidson,
Yes.
Brad Holly.
Yes.
Item number 6, discussion and possible action regarding a recommendation from the staff for selection or rejection of the request for proposals for outside medical care.
Mr. Chairman, after we have reviewed and broken out all the numbers for the RFP for medical, our recommendation is that we basically stay in-house with our own medical. Based off the numbers, our high RFP number came in, I think it was 23 million. I think the lowest was somewhere around 12, 13 million. Obviously, the way that we've restructured things, we can do it a lot less than what this RFP produced. So our recommendation is to stay with what we have.
Questions, comments from trustees? Do we have a motion to approve? And a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call.
Jim Holman,
Yes.
Derek Scobie,
No.
Tommy Johnson,
No.
James Johnson.
Yes.
Ashley Robinson,
Yes.
Miles Davidson,
Yes.
Brad Holly.
Yes.
Motion passes. Item number 7, comments by the trust chairman or vice chairman regarding the operation or improvements of the operation of the detention center. And I'm going to take advantage of that and talk about a few things that I know.
Well, as far as the improvements, they have been significant, and I want to give proper credit where it's due. And I think the staff and the people, the new people we brought on board, the people we moved around, that I think we've got the right people in the right position now, have done a tremendous job in the last 4 months. You can tell that by our numbers, by the data. Data doesn't lie. I'm not going to mention the D word, but it's been over 6 months since we've had someone that's passed away in our jail. Our contraband seizures have dropped drastically. The use of Narcan has dropped drastically, and that's just because we've been proactive. And I've challenged the staff from the top, the lowest, the clerk, maintenance to the top, that includes me, to do a better job. And I think that's what we've done. And we had the issue is, though, it's going to require constant attention, and it's going to require constant due diligence, and it's going to require hard work on our part, and we're willing to do that. So I'm proud of the staff and what we've done in the last 4 months. every night I say a small prayer and just hope that things continue the way that they're going. So we've improved our transportation division. We have no more issues. As you know, 3 or 4 months ago, that was a presiding judge's biggest problem. Those have been addressed, been taken care of. We brought DOC in and personally sat down with those guys, and we've worked a lot of those issues out. We've increased our transportation fleet almost threefold now, and we're looking to add to that actually. So our transportation's been fixed. Let me talk about our medical. We made some changes in medical as far as staffing goes, as far as leadership goes, and it's made a world of difference. We've been able to save money. We've been able to cut costs. We've been able to treat our inmates better. We've got better equipment. We've ordered new equipment, and all those things make a difference. We've cleaned up the place. We've fixed a lot of the problems in that aging facility over there, 33 years old, and that's tough to do. When you look at if you look at the internal guts of that place, it's not pretty. And we've had to bandage a lot of different areas, but our maintenance folks and director of maintenance have done just an outstanding job. And we've done it in a way that saved us money and not always going with that vendor that maybe was a little bit higher. And the good thing about our maintenance folks is that there's some talented people. A lot of them have experience in the military with this stuff, maintenance, and we have a person that has strong background in engineering, and so we have people that are welders, and they've been able to use their own talents that we didn't have to go outside and get. So it's made a big difference. And two, let me just talk to you about the culture. We've changed the culture over there. There was a cancer, and it was my mission to cut that cancer out. And I think I don't know if we have it all out yet, but we're working on it. And we have a majority of it out. People are going to be accountable, including myself, in what we do over there. And things again have gotten a lot better, but gosh, like I said, I hope and pray that it stays that way. We've made great strides, and again, I appreciate the hard work of the staff over there. They've made a huge difference. So I'm very proud of them.
Thank you, sir. If I may add just a little bit. May 24th, 2025 is when I was appointed to the trust, and I had a lot to learn, and I have spent a good amount of my time making that effort so that I can sit here and talk like I know what I'm talking about. I'm not there yet, but I'm working on it. But I would like to say that there are 5 things, I'm borrowing that from our minister. There are 5 things that I think are worth mentioning. Philosophically, this is what I think we as a trust embrace. I just want to say it out loud. One is to drop the curtain on the past. We constantly are criticized about what the trust did 3 years ago, 4 years ago. We really can't look backwards and look forward at the same time. And dropping the curtain on the past and moving forward is the only path that's going to get us any kind of improvement. You just heard some of those improvements. We have to understand that the jail function is essentially a hotel, or as Trustee Brawley mentioned to me the other day, it's similar to a hospital, which he has a lot of experience in the sense that we don't get to pick and choose who comes in. There's no such thing as a sign in our hotel that says we reserve the right to refuse service to anyone. We are compelled to take whoever comes through the door, in spite of whatever pre-existing conditions they may or may not have. And we don't want to lose perspective of that, nor do we want to use that as an excuse not to do the things we're supposed to do and do them well. When I was in business, we used to say, however long it takes to break something, it took twice as long to fix it. I hope that's not a statement that we can bring over into our world. We want to fix it quicker. And I think you just heard some articulation of what that would be, and I'm just saying I support it. one of the biggest criticisms we've had, which we made substantial credit on, this is the fourth thing, and that's releases. We're getting people out of jail quicker when we should have been doing it all along. No question about that part. But the fact of the matter is, going forward, we stopped counting it in days, now we're down to hours, and now we're trying to cut the hours down. And the last thing that I want to say is to talk just a moment about the facility. This trust is not focused first and foremost on building a new jail, which doesn't mean that we don't support it. That's not what I just said. It just means we don't have the luxury to do both. We have a jail that we have to operate. If the money comes for the new jail today and we had it in our hand, we're 2 or 3 years away from being able to turn the lights off there and move out to the new site. So what we don't want to do going forward is blame the facility for something that's not the facility. So we have to ascertain a better definition of the direction that we're going. And if we don't, then we're not going to do as well as we could do. So in conclusion, I haven't mentioned being understaffed and underfunded. That's a given. We hear it over and over and over again. We're trying not to use that as an excuse, albeit technically correct. But waiting for more funding is burning daylight, and we don't want to do that in any instance that we can improve. Now, what wasn't articulated, and I'm going to steal this thunder from you, Mr. Kimmery, but so far, vetting contracts, looking at goods and services that have been done, that we as the jail use, we're north of $500,000, closer to $600,000 annualized that we have saved in what we need to operate with. We have also taken on the organizational chart. We've tried to put, as Jim Collins says in the book Good to Great, we're trying to put the right people in the right seat on the bus, which means that some of our problems that we've had inherently go away just because we've better aligned a match of people to the job that needs to be done. So as I said, we're dropping the curtain on the past. We're looking forward to do the best we can do with what we have to work with. And we hope we can get a sales tax or some kind of tailwind that helps us fund a new jail and maybe some of the problems that ultimately can't be fixed because they are the facility, that goes away. But in the interim, we're going to do the best we can with what we have. Thank you. All right, I've already lost my deal again. I don't know why I have so much trouble with technology. I don't think we have to have any action on that, do we? So we'll move on to number 8. Discussion, possible action to approve or ratify the contract with LexisNexis. Comment on that, Mr.
Yeah,
Kimmerer?
Mr. Chairman, that's just for legal research for our new staff attorney, so that they have access to software and research ability.
Okay. Thank you. Comments, questions? Motion, please, to approve, to accept. Thank you.
Second.
Do we have a roll call, please?
Jim Holman.
Yes.
Derek Stoley.
Yes.
Tommy Johnson.
Yes.
James Johnson.
Yes.
Ashley Robinson.
Yes.
Miles Davidson.
Yes.
Brad Hall.
Yes. Number 9, discussion possible action to ratify an amendment to the contract between Oklahoma City Criminal Justice Authority and VIMED.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, this is the company BHS that we use to provide staffing to do our site checks. We contacted the executive folks with this company, the owner. They got on a plane and flew here to Oklahoma City. We had a meeting at the jail, and we basically renegotiated that contract, and we were able to get it reduced by $400,000. So we're just asking for that, the new amended contract
Be approved.
be approved.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. Do we have a roll call, please?
Jim Holman.
Yes.
Derek Stoley.
Yes.
Tommy Johnson,
Yes.
James Johnson.
Yes.
Ashley Robinson.
Yes.
Miles Davidson.
Yes.
Brad Holly.
Yes.
Number 10 is a discussion and possible action to approve pay raises for employees of the Oklahoma County Detention Center. Mr. Kimmery, help me with that one.
Yes, sir. I'd be remiss if I didn't stand up here like I do at the budget evaluation team meeting and also the budget board meeting, and once again ask for pay raises for our people at the county jail for several reasons. Number one, so that we can be competitive, first thing, and number two, so we can retain folks, so we don't have the staffing issues that we have. Our people, I'm requiring them, requiring more out of them, and to be able to compete with other agencies across the state and locally. We'd like to have just, this is kind of the magic number, but we would like our detention officers, our new detention officers start at like a salary, an annual salary of $50,000 a year.
Comments, questions?
Mr. Chair, I would certainly love to approve this. In fact, I would make the motion today if we had the money to do it. I'd make the motion depending on funds available. So once they became available, we had it, we could do it. The one thing I do want to see is more than just a golden number of $50,000. Could you?
Oh yeah, Commissioner, we broke it out. I didn't put the slide up this time, but it's broken out exactly what it would entail as far as everybody, all the detention officers from captain on down.
Okay, can you provide that
Yes, sir.
to us? And
Yes, sir.
I definitely think this is something to continuously discuss. But without the money, I just don't know how responsible it is yet. But again, I'm more than happy if everybody else is to make the motion to approve pending
Money
that we have the
availability.
funds. And that be a sales tax, that be any other tax, or that be a larger gift from the budget board, wherever that comes from.
Then I would have to say, certainly following up on the CFO presentation, with a raise, how much faster are y'all out of funds to run the facility? Should that go into effect today? And I think that's follows on the heels of what Commissioner Davidson has expressed.
Well, if we did it for everybody, and I'm shooting not just for the detention officer, but everybody in the jail. Detention officer, obviously, I'd start about 50,000. But our calculation, and it's been on previous slides, I think it was $2.5 million to do those raises. I mean, I understand the budget, but for the last 6 years, we've got $33 million every year. We have an average of a 4% inflation rate over every year for the last 6 years. Okay? Now, again, I was a history guy, not a math. Don't have a math degree. That's not going to work. It takes more than $33 million to run the jail.
And
So that's where we're at.
And
we're going to continue, Sheriff. I don't mean to,
No.
but we are in deficit spending. Absolutely. But we want to run the jail the way it needs to be run. And if we don't, then we're going to go back. We're going to lose this 4 months that we've achieved, and we're going to go back to what we had in the past.
And
That's
I
what's-
certainly understand what you're saying. As a leader of our organization, I feel our guys aren't fairly compensated for the work that they do.
Absolutely.
But two, we have to fall in within the budgetary confinement that we're in. Or else county's not just flush with cash. So if we don't have it to spend now, if you run out, I just don't know what we do to get out of the year. Because I certainly agree with you, because I would like to do it in my operation as well. Just don't know if it's there.
Yeah, getting out of the FY is one thing. Projecting for the future is another. I know that the sheriff and I have had long discussions about the future of the county and the direction financially of which we need to go. We're putting stuff together to make that happen. That's just quick rough calculations back, the napkin you would be 8.3 million short for that year if we did a $2.5 million increase. And budget board doesn't have that.
No, don't get me wrong. I understand we don't have it, but that's what we're hoping for. That's what we're wishing. And if, I got 348 people sitting back over here. And probably half of them are watching us right now. So, I'm standing up for the troops. Okay. That's what I'm doing.
And we value all of that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Commissioner, thanks for that comment. I think that's the best we've ever got, certainly since I've been here, and it's going on 4 years. So thanks for that
Just know that
endorsement.
there's a lot of discussions happening. There's a lot of movement for the first time, which is good.
Well,
I
appreciate
I think it's good movement. I think the right people are on board. I think the right people are trying to help solve this from numerous angles. And it's, as I've said before, it's an all of the above approach. So
We appreciate it.
thank you.
So we have a motion.
Yes.
You might want to restate that if you don't mind, Commissioner.
Restate what? I made a
Restate
motion.
the-
Oh, no, he went ahead and made a motion. What's your
I
motion?
made the motion to postpone this indefinitely. I do not want our staff to think that we're just gonna vote this down. No. So that is the motion I'd like to
So would it be better to?
table, whatever,
No, just, I'm saying that you could
inaction.
approve pending, fund availability. And then that's, if we ever get them, we can actually give them.
I made my motion. The reason I did, because if we make a motion in that way, we're talking a year and a half, 2 years down the road. I mean, that's just, I don't want to use this word, that's just yanking somebody's chain. So this, I know we all want to do something, we cannot. And before we drop the curtain on the past, I like that. Let me make mention of this. The reason that I voted no on the other, I would rather go to Integris Hospital rather than going to the little doc in the box. But when you have something that's not fully organized, as it relates to the medical staff, not saying that they're doing a bad job, I would rather be able to spend $20 million, but we don't have it. We don't have it. So this, I don't want our staff to think that we don't care. But I don't know when we're going to get this money, if we ever get it. So that's the motion I made. You all can just vote no. So
Do we have a second? Okay, we have a motion and a second. Can we have a roll call, please? No.
yes.
Yes.
I'd like to abstain.
I'm just not sure where we're gonna get the money. Okay. Yes. I think they deserve it. Yeah. Absolutely deserve it. We just don't have it to give to them.
All right, moving on to number 11. Discussion possible action to approve jail services agreement with the city of Oklahoma City. We've already visited this to some extent. All we're now doing is just saying that the numbers from MGT, correct me if I'm wrong, are the numbers we're presenting to the city.
Yes, sir. They've sent, the contract that they have is, the numbers that they'd come up was the 166. After we did the MGT study, we recommend the 171, and 71 thereafter, which I think there, is movement on their part, hopefully to accept that.
Do we need any further discussion? I don't know that we need to really take action, but perhaps we do. Do we have a motion to approve this?
Motion.
Second? Do we have a second? Yes.
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 Number 12, discussion possible action to approve resolution number 2026-0166, amending the qualifications for appointment to membership on the Oklahoma County Criminal Justice Authority Citizens Advisory Board. I can give you the comment that when the trust amended the requirement to include working in the county, even if one didn't live in the county, the CAB wasn't included. So this is just a little housekeeping to keep these two in alignment. If that makes sense.
Motion to approve.
Motion, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Do we have the roll call? I guess we can.
Okay.
I don't think your second went through.
Yeah, she said we're gonna have to redo it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I had a second.
Yes.
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 Yes. Number 13, I see Ms. Clayton in the back of the room. This is discussion possible action to approve the letter supporting Creoaks Health Services in its application for the designation as a certified community behavioral health clinic by the Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services.
Good
Please.
afternoon. Creoaks was unable to attend today, but wanted me to speak on their behalf and share their gratitude for the letter of support being discussed today. What you have before you is a letter on behalf of the Oklahoma County Criminal Justice Authority, a letter in strong support for Creoaks Health Services and its application for designation as a certified community behavioral health clinic serving Oklahoma County. Recently, Creoaks was selected in order to operate our behavioral care center. And so them being able to apply for an RFP with the Oklahoma Department of Mental Health will help them provide wraparound services. Them becoming a CCBHC model aligns directly with the goals of the Behavioral Care Center by ensuring access to timely crisis response, evidence-based treatment, integrated medical and behavioral care, and coordinated re-entry services.
I'm not finding a copy of the letter.
Do you have a copy of the letter with you?
I do not, but I could go get one printed. I did not add this agenda item. Would you like for me?
Does anybody want the letter? This is basically just
It's-
publicly stating that we support,
Oh.
correct? Is it
So
attached?
it's attached to the
Excellent.
item on your tablet.
Oh, it is. Okay.
It's not
there-
the legislation text, but the next one.
Thank you.
Good,
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I didn't want to make you wait.
It's okay. These are hard to navigate.
It's a great system. Just to clarify, this is us.
Us in support of y'all getting the certification. Or
It's
not
in,
you,
it's in
but
support of Creoaks applying for an RFP with Oklahoma Department of Mental Health in order to become one of a new CCBHC. Right now, Oklahoma has 3, and so we would be able to bring a 4th one online to be able to provide these services. It benefits Oklahoma County, and the commissioners just recently approved their letter of support because it will help us be able to provide further wraparound services after they attend the behavioral care center.
Yeah, the intent is for them to move from the behavioral health to a more community crisis type situation, which is a lesser threshold. So this is just another tier of the multifaceted, multi-tiered system that we designed and are putting in place.
and a statement from Creoaks. This will be able to provide a continuity of care to include medication management, specialized outpatient services, case management, and employee services for mental health and substance use. So we'll continue to be able to provide that medication management as well. Or they will, Creoaks will. Any other questions?
Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll move.
Second.
Yes.
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 Motion carries.
Thank you for your
Thank you.
support.
Now, we have a deadline. Jessica, one question quick. We have a deadline of the 17th, so we've got to get a physical
That is
signature
correct.
page to you. Okay.
Yes,
We'll
to
ma-
Creoaks, and so we can arrange that with Sharon in order to send that to him.
Perfect. Okay. Just wanted to clarify that. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. I've got more problems. Thank you.
There you go.
All right. Number 14. My technology notwithstanding.
That's why you got me.
Thank you. Report regarding meetings of the Oklahoma City County Criminal Justice Authority, CAV. I heard from Erin that she sent a representative. She could not be here today, so there's not going to be a report, though she did tell me no additional information has been acquired since the last report that she gave, and it would be the same report essentially. So I think we can move on to number 15. And that's just to announce our February meeting, which will be Monday, February 9th, 2026. I think this is doable for all of us. Any comments, questions on this?
I will be unable to attend, but that's neither here nor there.
There goes my technology. I don't think we take any action on that. Okay. I'm trying to get this. I'm having a heck of a time with this. Okay, thank you. Let's see. Do we have any board comments or general remarks to be made other than what we've already said? We can move on to number 16, and that would be to move into executive session.
So moved.
We have,
Second.
we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Well, we're doing a roll call, excuse me. Yes.
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 That's all it is.
Where are we,
We're doing,
17?
we have time to do it.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Motion to return.
We have a second?
Second.
Yes.
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 You gotta figure out which one of these we're on.
You gotta go further down. There you go,
There
the
we
lit
go.
up one.
Okay, so item 20, action regarding the confidential communications that we just discussed.
No action needed on 20 or 21.
22,
Motion to proceed as discussed.
the motion
Second.
and a second. Yes.
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 And 23 is gonna be the same kind of motion, correct?
Correct. Item. Yep.
Second. Yes, proceed to discuss.
And there's.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
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 And do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
In a second.
Well, I hit it.
We have a motion in a second?
Second.
Yes.
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 Yes.